Good morning, folks. That's a figure of speech, by the way. Good morning. This is Martin Zender, by the way, and you are at the Crack of Dawn Report at 5:45 a.m. This good morning thing, I think you could take it a couple different ways. You could either take it as wishing somebody a good morning. Good morning, governor. Or you could be stating that it is a good morning. I mean, really straightforward stuff like this. Good morning. Which I happen to think is absolutely ridiculous, by the way, because how do you know it's a good morning? You're stating a fact, you're telling me it's a good morning? I don't know if you knew this, but I used to be a baby. I know it's hard to believe because I'm Martin Zender, but I did. I did used to be a baby, but I never crapped my diapers. I had free will. I never did anything I didn't want to do. I ate pre-chewed beet mush because I wanted to. I let people carry me around. If I wanted to hold my stuff in, I did. I chose not to walk. I had a free will. All of this just to tell you that we're going back to Canton, Ohio. And the purpose being, of course, what was the purpose? Oh yeah, the purpose being to show you that everything is necessary in your life. You're not gonna do something you weren't supposed to do. Your life has been ordered by God. All things are working together for your good, and I didn't make that up. Especially the interplay between good and evil, because without the evil, you cannot appreciate the good. Now, I'm taking you back to Canton, Ohio for the third and final installment. People have been asking me, Martin, what's that stripe thing? It's always in your videos back here, that crazy. This is, speaking of going back to Canton, Ohio, this is something my mom made. It's a sleeve, like for holding like these Walmart bags. You get a Walmart and you pull these things out, like, I mean, there's hundreds of them in here. It's fantastic the way this thing works. There's just like clowns coming out of a circus car, you know? I mean, I could be pulling these things for a half an hour, but why should I waste your time? I could just keep pulling and pulling and pulling and pulling. My mom was very clever to invent this. See, it's just, it holds it, just unbelievable. It's just like diarrhea of the Walmart bags. Well, I thought I had to show you the Pro Football Hall of Fame. I spent many a time in here with my dad, and I took my sons here, and you know, I was born right down the road. If you look over here between those pine trees, that's Timken Mercy Medical Center over there. Of course, that was there before the Hall of Fame was there, but anyway, I was born right over there between those pine trees over there. There it is, the Timken Mercy Medical Center. That's where I was born. Yeah, I don't remember when I was born. A few of us do. None of us do. If you remember when you were born, congratulations, I don't. But when I'm in heaven, that's one of those things that's saved on God's hard drive, and we're gonna remember all those things. You know, they say we only use like 5% of our brain, or 1%, or 0.03% for me. But when you remember how you plunged into this world in such horrible, dramatic fashion, again, it's just going to be another contrast to how easy we slip into the kingdom of God. Oh, we're at Calvary Cemetery now. This is where my mom and dad are buried. They both died within the past 6 years. My dad died in 2003, I think, and had a 21 gun salute right here. This is where my sons and I were standing here, and when the soldiers presented the flag, my dad was a great man. He served in the Air Force, but he was also a great dad. He played football with me and played catch and always supported me in everything that I did, and hugged me, kissed me, loved me, and I can't wait to see him again. And that's the contrast. The ultimate contrast is death. Had a service in here for my mom. Yeah, my mom, she taught my sister and me how to play all kinds of card games, and she ran a taxi service, took me to drum practice, took us to school, took us to all kinds of different functions. She always had this thing where she'd lift us up, she'd be on her back on the floor, and she'd lift us up and put her feet up and put us up on our stomachs on our feet, and we'd be hanging there, and she'd be laughing. She was a great fun mom. Both my mom and dad were a lot of fun. We'd play board games after supper. I mean, it was Ward and June Cleaver. What a foundation they gave me. You can't know the glory of resurrection until you've been through the death. And I hate death, but Christ has conquered death. And the greatest contrast ever is resurrection. But I can't wait to see my parents, because I'm going to throw myself at their feet and I want to thank them, because I appreciated them and I thanked them, but not enough, never enough. You don't know till you go through your own trials what they did for you and the sacrifices. And every day I realize more and more that what they did. And I'm going to throw myself at their feet and thank them. And I can't wait to do that. Because really, you know, how dumb would it be if we didn't remember everything that we've been through? We go all through these trials for 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, whatever years, and it doesn't amount to anything? It's totally forgotten? It's a blank? No. Everything has a purpose, and the only way the purpose can be realized is if it bears fruit. And now I'm going to head to a place that I don't really want to go to. I haven't been back here since the house was sold, but I'm going to head to my boyhood home. Haven't been there in 3 years, and I probably wouldn't go back, except I want to show it to you. Well, this is my boyhood home. My parents moved here with me in 1961. I was 2 years old, and I lived here for 23 years. My parents lived here for 45. I got nothing but good memories about this place. This was obviously this was a place of stability for me, because we were here for so long, and that's important, I think, to a kid. And yet it eventually became unstable because all the neighbors moved away. My parents died. This house is now, it was foreclosed on. The people that moved here in 2008 have left. The bank owns it, so there's nobody living in here right now. But I look around this neighborhood, you know, and everything's changed. The Freshwaters, they're not here anymore. They're gone. The Parkers, they're not there anymore. The Lutzes, they're gone. The Hoffmans, they're still here. They're old timers. So are the Slackfords, thank God for that. The Slackfords are holding down the neighborhood, but the Smeeds are gone, and the Foles are gone, and now my parents are gone, and this house that I grew up in is empty, so it's sad. We're transients here, and that's another contrast because of the permanence of our celestial allotment. Does this look familiar to anybody? This is the front porch here, and there's a shot on my website of me standing here right after my first communion, and the crazy neighbor kid lived across there, Larry Hoffman. He's standing behind me here with his hand over my head like a halo, like I'm a holy dude. My sister's standing here, and here I am. How many years later? 30, whatever. Crazy stuff. Just unbelievable. The loss hurts. The change hurts. Everything changes. But someday, it's not going to change anymore. I hope you enjoyed the trip down memory lane with me, folks. I enjoyed taking you to Canton and showing you these places and these times. Your life has been planned out by a wise, capital P planner. I'm Martin Zender. This has been the Crack of Dawn Report. I'm going to be together with you next Saturday with the Clanging Gong News. Thanks for joining me today. Oh, good morning.